All right, we've got Chronicle with us
Yes,
today. We're really
Hi.
excited to have you guys here with us. And we were talking before we started here, really just our target audience is that younger audience. And we really want them to know it's not just musicians, it's not just singers that they're hearing that they like, but these are real people, and we want them to get to know you. So let's just start by just briefly kind of share a little bit about yourself, about the group, and help them to get to know who you are.
Well, we are from South Louisiana, and we have I guess you would say, a kind of a special kind of Southern gospel. We are Southern gospel fans to the core. We absolutely adore Southern. I remember as a child, my mom and dad had Chuck Wagon Gang records and the Brambos and Hensons, and I've been listening to them ever since I was a child. But being from South Louisiana, I'm a big jazz fan. I play saxophone, I play 3 saxophones on stage when we go to churches and whatnot. And so we got a little bit of that South Louisiana. I call it stank. We got a little bit of that South Louisiana stank on us, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we do things, and like you said, we'll try to stay true to Southern gospel, and then we'll still try to stay true to Southern gospel and go into a little jazz, a little blues. As long as you bring that good harmony back in there, I always say it brings it screaming and kicking back into the Southern gospel. You know, the harmony, it's all about those harmonies, you know. Absolutely. But we absolutely love what we do. My wife is a singer and songwriter, and she's charted nationally across all those wonderful charts a bunch of times. So.
And my name's Missy, and of course this is Tim. If you want to know us personally, but and Chronicle as a whole. But I say to the youth, you know, there is no friend like Jesus. And I've seen it in my own family. I had 2 brothers that ran from the Lord. One of them told me that he prayed, and he said, because somebody that he was hanging with, he started doing crystal meth with. And he got in trouble. That first time he started trying to make it, he said he prayed, and he said he asked the Lord if he would let him make it this one time, and he would use it to taper off of it, because he had been doing it with his friends. Yeah. And that very night, the narcotics police picked him up, and to make a long story short, he got out. He did better for a while, but he fell back into some troubles. Him and his wife got, last year, they wasn't serving God, and they got in a big fight, as you do. You know, when you're not serving the Lord and you don't have him to lean on, you will start seeking the things of the flesh. And him and her got in a big fuss, and she said it was over. We were in Tennessee, and we still had to go to New York. And I'm saying this for the listeners, talking about this man, Jesus. But he called me, or got somebody to call me, and said he needed me to get him out of jail. And I told him, I said, I can't, buddy. I'm on my way to New York. Long story short, we got through with New York, and we went home, and we got him out. And he went through a program. He reached rock bottom. And through this rock bottom, Dan and listeners, he realized he was getting older. He needed the Lord. There is no friend like Jesus. And he humbled himself, and he went to church. And it wasn't long that I started seeing his family come in. And one time we had a reschedule, and I was able to go to my home church. And that day, he and all of his daughters were at the altar.
And his wife.
So there's no friend like Jesus. And we could tell you all the glamour that we do and all the fancy places that maybe we've sung. But let me tell you, the devil cometh, the Bible says the enemy cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. And he wants to destroy you. But there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother, who wants to give you life, and life abundant.
Thank you for sharing that. That is so true. That's the reality of life. And this younger generation, all of they see on social media and everybody, that they're realizing it's fake.
It's lies.
It's not real.
Our lives aren't perfect,
Yeah.
right?
And so they're just looking for something real. They're looking for answers, something
Yes.
bigger than them. And that's why I just, love the opportunity that we have. But I will tell you, music is so powerful. And this young generation, to be able to get that message to them, sometimes that's the only way they're getting it.
Exactly.
And so to be able to put that together, I love the fact you talk about the different styles.
Yes, sir.
Our audience knows this. They know. We start with, when we're looking at songs, obviously it's got to be biblically correct. You got to have the Bible, the truth that's in there. We want to make sure the message is not overshadowed. You're not missing it. It's just, I love that song. I don't know what they said, but I love the song. So we definitely want to put that in there. But the style, it ends up kind of down toward the bottom.
It does.
Because it's about the message. It's about getting that across. And so tell us a little more about that style. Tell us a little more, because obviously if you're in Louisiana, look, if you've never visited the state, know anything about it, it's in your DNA, it's in your roots. It's got to be a part of that.
Well, I could stand up and show you that the food is really good down there. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to put myself that far out there. But my wife, everybody thinks when we go out of town, we go up through New York singing in different Michigan and different places, and they think we're all Cajuns. And I wish we were. We'd be really cool if we were actual Cajuns, but we are not. But she knows how to cook. She knows how to cook like them. Now I can take you and let you meet some real Cajuns. They're extraordinary people, and the history down there, and just the style, everything about it. The people are completely different, and they have their own music. We haven't done any Zydeco gospel yet, but who knows? And it's just it's kind of a magical place. Even the town of New Orleans is extremely. It's a wonderful place. It's out there, but as long as you leave before dark, you'll be okay. And we actually had this last project we did. We had a song that I sent our producer we were down there looking for places to take pictures, promotional pictures and stuff, and I sent our producer a song of New Orleans street band. They don't have bass guitars; they have tubas and clarinets and trumpets and what have you. And I sent him that song, and he took one of our songs and he says, "I'm gonna make it sound like that," and he did. And it's the name of the song, "Standing in the Need of Grace." So
Very interesting.
it's interesting to say the least. But we enjoy singing it, and the people always enjoy it.
And the youth, the younger teenagers, they love the saxophone.
Yeah.
They love a little edge that's in it, and we're not just what you would hear just in a quartet. There's a little edge to it, and
A little
the
slice
new
of our
album.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bringing it back to the Southern gospel, just a touch of our culture in Southern gospel.
And I love that because, again, they're seeing something that's real, not, we must do this.
We must have
Yeah.
it like this.
And
Yeah.
so I appreciate that. So, so some of the songs, as far as, do you guys write a lot of your own?
We
or-
do,
okay.
but on this one we did not, on Love, the album. And I know you haven't gotten the whole album yet, but our 1-2 radio right now is All He's Ever Been. The one before that was God Has a Way of Working It Out. But there's a song on the new project, Loved, called Anyway. And the verse, of course, it's got the soprano sax, but the verse starts out, with a past like mine, I used to tell myself, I'm disqualified from the God I knew could help. If he's as holy as they say he is, why would he take the time to care for me then? Then the chorus says, but he heard me every time I prayed, and there was mercy new every day. Even though I gave him every reason to what does it say? I gave him every
I'd have to
reason.
sing it.
Gave
That's
him
right.
every reason. Let's sing the chorus.
Go ahead,
But
start.
he heard me every time I prayed. And there was mercy new every day. I gave him every reason to leave me with my shame, but he looked on me with love and grace anyway.
I love it. I love it. Awesome.
She has
Love
this
it.
knack. I pick at her
Yeah.
all the time. She has this knack. Every time we do an album, she gets the best song on the album.
But forgive us, Dan, we just had it in too low of a key. But that's
No,
all
no,
right.
no,
They
that-
got the
that came out
message.
Great. That was great. Yeah, and again, this is what I'm talking about. It's just God meets us where we are.
Right
Yes,
where
sir.
we
Grace,
are.
He does.
You know, we don't have to change something or do
No,
something.
and he loves us right
Anyway.
where we are,
And sometimes we have to get to the bottom.
to
We
the
have-
rock bottom,
we've
like
gotta
my
get
brother
there.
did.
Yeah. But it's amazing how God just steps in like that.
There's a lie that the devil has told since the beginning of time. I'm sure. Have you ever heard one of your friends, you invite them to church, and they say, "Well, I got some things I got to get straight first before
Like, I'm not good enough to go to
And that's
church.
the biggest lie the devil's ever told.
None of
If
us
you-
are good enough.
If you're not under the word,
Yeah.
you're not going to get right. My dad used to tell me, son, you got to stay under the washing of the water of the word.
Yep. That's
And
it.
that's the truth. Keep coming back to the well.
Love it.
Yeah.
So obviously, as we play the music, play you guys' music, we can only play so much in a 24-hour period, and it's a huge struggle for us every time we do that. But where can they find all of your music?
ChronicleGospelGroup.com, and all of our email information, our phone numbers is on there. And look, if you're struggling and you need someone to talk to, you can always contact us.
Amen.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we want them to come get your music, find out where you're going to be in concerts. We have a audience all over the country, so we always encourage them. If you guys have traveled that far to come do the concert, they can drive 2 or 3 hours to come see you.
Hey, we would love that.
Yeah, and so we really want them to do that.
Yes, we will. We thank you, Dan, and we thank y'all for what y'all are doing.
Yes, this is
And
incredible.
know if you can't come see us and you're struggling, you can still call us, and we'll tell you about this man, Jesus.
Thank you. Thank you guys for spending
Yes,
a
sir.
few
Thank
minutes
Thank you,
you for the
Dan.
opportunity.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Thanks.